In part one, we asked a simple question. If almost every country on Earth is in debt, then who exactly is holding all that money? The answer isn't one secret billionaire. It isn't one mysterious country. The truth is much more connected to everyday life. When a government needs money, it sells something called a bond. Investors give the government money, and the government promises to pay them back with interest. Those investors can be banks, pension funds, insurance companies, investment funds, foreign governments, and sometimes even your retirement money can be indirectly connected to government debt. So, when people ask, who does America owe all this money to? The answer is a huge part of the financial system itself. And here's the strange part. The government sees its debt as a liability, but the investor sees that same debt as an asset. One person's debt can be another person's investment. But how do governments keep dealing with trillions of dollars in debt? They usually don't pay everything off at once. Instead, old debt is often replaced with new debt. Imagine borrowing $100, then borrowing another $110 to pay back the first loan. The old debt disappears, but the new debt is bigger. Governments can keep doing this as long as investors continue to trust them. And that's the key word, trust. Because the system depends on one simple question. Will someone buy the next bond? If investors lose confidence, they demand higher interest. Borrowing becomes more expensive, and eventually, a government may be borrowing money just to pay the interest on its old debt. But not every country has the same options. A country borrowing in its own currency generally has more flexibility. A country owing money in a foreign currency can be trapped. And this brings us back to the biggest borrower on Earth, the United States. U.S. Treasury bonds are held by banks, investment funds, foreign governments, and financial institutions around the world. So America's debt isn't sitting in one place. It's connected to the global financial system. One country's borrowing can become another country's investment. One government's liability can become another institution's asset. That's why the system keeps moving. Old debt gets refinanced, new debt gets issued, and the cycle continues. But the entire machine depends on one thing: confidence. As long as people believe governments can keep paying, the system keeps working. But if that confidence disappears, borrowing becomes more expensive. Markets can panic, and the shock can spread far beyond one country. So who does the world owe all this money to? Banks, investors, pension funds, insurance companies, foreign governments, financial institutions, and ultimately to each other. There isn't one single creditor. There's a massive financial network where almost everyone is both a borrower and a lender. The real danger isn't simply that debt exists. The real danger begins when people stop believing the debt can be repaid. Because when trust disappears, even the strongest financial systems can suddenly look fragile. So the next time you hear America owes $38 trillion, don't just ask, who is going to pay it back? Ask, who owns that debt? Because the answer may be connected to banks, governments, investors, and even the financial system you use every day. The world isn't built on money alone. It's built on promises. And every debt is simply a promise someone believes will be kept until the day they don't. So, if this story changed the way you see debt, subscribe to Finance Myst, because here, we don't just follow the money, we uncover the mystery behind it. This is Finance Myst, and the biggest financial secrets are usually hiding in plain sight.